Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today is a very special day because it is Redemptor release day. If you don't know, Redemptor is the second book in the Redemptor duology by Jordan E. Fuego, and currently Redemptor is not only my favorite YA fantasy, but my favorite book of 2021 so far. If you're not familiar with the story, in Redemptor we are following Tarsai, who is raised in isolation and doesn't even really get to see her mother and only knows of her as the lady. Every once in a while the lady will come and visit her, but she never stays for too long, despite the fact that that's the one thing that Tarsai wants most in the world. One day the lady comes back and tells Tarsai that she is being sent to the capital where she is to befriend the crown prince. Once she gains his trust, she's then told she has to kill him. If you want to know more about Redemptor, I do have a full review of that on my channel, so I will link it in the cards and the description below. Please watch it if you have seen Redemptor and tell me what your thoughts were. If you have not yet read Redemptor, please come back and watch this video when you do, because I would love to know what you think. I won't say too much about the plot of Redemptor, but if you are interested, it picks up about 2 weeks after the end of the first book. I enjoyed it, but not as much as the first one, so I ended up rating it 4.5 stars. Still really loved being back in this world. The characters are amazing. We get introduced to some new characters that I really loved, and overall it was just a good time. So I highly recommend that you read this duology if you haven't already. I promise you that Redemptor is worth it. If you have not yet read Redemptor but would like to, this is your official spoiler warning. Typically I would start off with characters, but I did all of that in the review of Redemptor, and most of the characters are the same. However, as for new characters, Minja, I love her. She is probably one of my new favorites. She's so badass, and the whole story of their family and what she did to gain the throne, I'm not mad at it. And I'm glad that she and Tarsai are friends. I also like, I guess she's her consort, Daseo. She seems also really great, and she's super talented, and I love the two of them together. I also really like Eileen. I feel like we didn't get a ton of her in the first book, or maybe I'm just not remembering, but I do really like her, and I love the relationship that she has with Dio. The character that I hated the most out of all of this is Zuri, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So like I said, this does pick up 2 weeks after the end of Redemptor, and if you remember properly, Thaddeus is in jail for killing the Emperor. So this book starts off with a bang. Thaddeus's death, it hurt. I didn't even think I liked Thaddeus so much. I was not expecting that. I don't know if it hurt because I was sad he was dead, or if I was hurting from Mbali because I love her, but damn, it was like chapter 2 when that happened. Jordan E. Fuego definitely started this one off strong. One thing that I thought was really interesting was that it seems like Tara's necklace gives her the ability to sort of control people, and it was just like an unexpected little magical aspect, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. And of course she doesn't like use it for bad or anything, but it was just a really nice detail to add. So the reason that I didn't rate this as highly as I did Redemptor is because the one thing that irritated me the most was Tarsai and her keeping the fact that she is seeing these little Redemptor children all over the place, that they're taunting her, telling her that she's not doing enough, that she needs to do better, that she's worthless, and all this other shit. One, she kept it from her council siblings, which was obviously detrimental, like literally to her mental health. But more importantly, every time it happened, she would just be like, they're right, I need to do more, I'm not doing enough. You're the only person in the history of the Kunleo Empire to ever do anything for the Redemptor children. How are you not doing enough? And why is all of this falling on her shoulders? Dio is also a Kunleo, they're not tormenting him. They haven't been doing this shit to anybody else, but all of a sudden she comes around and they decide to torment her. And I was like, no, this is ridiculous. And it lasted for so long. And I was just like, bitch, if you don't talk to your fucking siblings about this already, like, come on now. I also didn't like the fact that Tara like tried to hide her memories from the new council, because yeah, she tried to kill Dio, but literally she was under a spell and it was her mother's fault. Like, it's not her fault. She was a child. Like, there's nothing she could have done about that. I felt like that was stupid. I felt like it was just like an unnecessary like obstacle placed in the story, and it wasn't really needed. This is kind of a smaller issue, but I also really hated the fact that Dio just assumed that Tarsai and Shinji were gonna have kids because he didn't want kids, when Tara never did either. I just hate when people place that expectation on women. Like, no, that's not how the fuck that works. not all women want children. Not all women can have children. And people are so fucking insensitive about it, and it really pisses me off. And I was a little disappointed in Dio because, like, you of all people should understand. Let's not do that. I think the single thing that I hated the most in this book was Ziri. I didn't like the way he acted. He was just very manipulative, and I didn't like the fact that he kissed her. Hated the fact that she kissed him back, but also he manipulated her. He only wanted to be that close to her because he was weirdly obsessed with her mother, and that just made it 10 times creepier. I also hate that she didn't tell Jeet about the kiss, but she told Kira. Her leaving that out just felt dishonest, and Jeet deserves better. So don't know why she didn't just come clean about it, especially because Jeet was worried that she was in love with him anyway. Oh, and the last thing that I didn't like was when she's in the underworld. First of all, I thought she was going to be in the underworld for so much longer, but I got to like 60% of the book and she still wasn't there. So I didn't expect her underworld journey to go by so quickly. But when she was down there, she sees her mother, and surprise, surprise, the lady almost sabotaged her. And it's just like, why would you even give her a chance? Like, you were given very specific instructions. You were literally about to cross the finish line and you decided to take a fucking detour. Come on now. Tara, you're too smart for that. Of course she was gonna fucking betray you. The lady has always been self-serving. Ugh. Shitty parents in YA, man. I hate that trend. As for things that I did like, I really enjoyed the bond that Tarsai created with some of the characters. I still love her relationship with Kira. I really loved her relationship with Minja. I love how close they've become and how they call each other sister. I mean, I know they're council siblings, but still. I also really love the queer rep. We found out in book 1 that Dio is asexual, and he was really worried about trying to form a relationship with anyone because he didn't think that he would be accepted. And so I really liked Eileen's response to him, and the fact that they're finally together, because that was brewing from like the first chapter, and I was like, oh my god, they get it together. Just admit you have feelings for each other. It's okay. Everybody knows. So I really like that ending. Overall, I just really enjoyed being back in this world. I love the characters so much. Jordan Fuego did such a good job with this duology, and honestly, I will read anything else that that woman puts out. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it's about. I will read it. So let me know if you have read Raybearer or Redemptor, or if they are on your TBR. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.